What do you want to know?
I don't know.
You don't know what you want to know? Well, I'm finishing the roof today. And, well, hopefully I'll finish the roof today. And you were asking about how the majority of the roof is the clear panels,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest is the metal. And it's because, so that end, the garden end of the greenhouse is the north side. So there's no time of the year where there's any appreciable light like coming from that way. So to save money on the roofing that we had to buy, the polycarbonate panels, we're just not going to roof that end with those panels, and we'll do the metal roofing that we got for free instead. So all during, the winter months and whatever, when the sun is low in the sky on the southern horizon, we'll still get lots of light into the greenhouse. And then hopefully during the dead heat of summer, when the sun is directly overhead above,
Mm-hmm.
when the sun's directly overhead, the metal roof will actually cast shade, a little bit of shade, into the greenhouse instead of light. I don't expect to be growing much stuff in there anyway, so a little bit of shade won't hurt. Plus, what I want to do along the northern wall that I have with just the wood panels right now is eventually swap that out for a cordwood cob wall. So it'll be an earth wall back there, and then inside along the wall we'll do a cob bench with a rocket stove inside of it, and so that whole thing will be a thermal mass during the winter, spring, whatever, so that we can keep it warm in there when it's really cold outside. So it'll heat up during the winter with the rocket stove, and then in the summer it'll actually be the opposite. It'll help kind of buffer the heat in there by staying cold, and having the metal roof on it, having it shaded during the summer will help it not get too hot. It'll help keep it kind of cool in there. In theory, we'll see. I don't know. So imagine like a cob wall, a mud wall, an adobe wall, but within it you do rounds of firewood basically, or like tree stumps, and we got that tree that we cut down over there that I can buck into cordwood rounds, and then you throw those into the wall like bricks, and they look really pretty, but they also save on the amount of cob material that you have to make. You use the cob as like mortar in between the rounds of wood. So I think it'll look really nice. Again, a free material that we can use instead of having to buy stuff for the greenhouse.
So Gabe's plan was to get the pool completely filled before the new year, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We thought that we would have more luck getting really big loads of wood chips dumped out here, but unfortunately that hasn't been the case. So still got quite a ways to go, and the stuff keeps breaking down and settling, so it's kind of hard to tell just how far we are from getting it filled, but this is the state of it right now. It's definitely a lot closer than when we first got here. I think this might be probably the most upsettingly ugly part of the main property right now. But we have some pretty big visions for what it'll be in the future. And hopefully my pipe dream is that once we have everything done that we want to do to it and people are here, we'll have to tell them that this used to be a pool, and it'll take them a minute, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I can see that. So I haven't shown the state of our house since that last video I posted about our remodeling, but he did get all of this foundation work done and the siding put back on. good as new. He did a good job. He ended up spending the entire day hand mixing 55 bags of concrete. But yeah, if you watched that previous video about what we were doing, you know that all of this was just a hole, and not the foundation, but the foundational structure of the building was just rotten, and there wasn't foundation. So now there is foundation, and the part of the building that was rotten has been cut off, stabilized, and replaced. So this is all where it was rotten and just a hole. Nothing supporting the building, but now it's full of concrete and the sill plates are replaced. But besides that, there hasn't really been anything going on out here because there's not a whole lot to be done until winter's over and we can start doing the light straw clay insulation, which I also talked about in that video. I just wanted to show that he'd gotten all this concrete done.